Hello everybody, and welcome back to Horizon Zero Dawn. We're going to be doing some stuff, a lot of stuff. We're basically going to be progressing the main story for the most part, because that's all we have left. I have a bunch of errands open for getting all of the equipment, as well as all these tutorials. I'll probably do those next time, before I head into the Frozen Wilds, probably. Because I feel like after we're done with this video, we'll be done with at least most of the main quests. And then I'll do the Frozen Wilds before I, finish the game. Because it's the ending of this game, like when you beat the game, it's like done, and then the way it gives you the way it lets you do anything more is by just throwing you back in time to before the last mission. So I'm just gonna try to do everything before the last mission, because I feel like it'll be anticlimactic to do everything, do the last mission, and then be like, all right, guys. It's
You're
time
Nora,
for
aren't you? Perhaps one of their matriarchs?
this to not be the last mission anymore. So yeah, I'm gonna try to make the last mission, the actual finale, if I can. So we got 3 more world data points, and then everything else is connected to the main quest. We got 2 vessels and a vantage point and a corrupted zone, and then we're done. Like, we're done. So that's fantastic, honestly. Like, we've done so much in the probably 20 hours worth. Actually, it's in this book. 77.25% complete. Holy shit. How long? 34 hours? No fucking way. There's no way it was 34 hours. I don't even think I have that much footage. Maybe I left the game running on accident. I usually pause whenever I stop recording. I usually either save and then disconnect entirely, or I at least pause and put the PS5 into rest mode.
It's on to me.
And fuck it. Okay, so I feel like there might actually be a bit of an angel. Oh shit! I didn't even notice the eclipse.
Nearly had you. I will find you.
Brilliant. Odyssey to Nowhere. Funeral for an Obsolete Future. An Odyssey to Nowhere. Paris, July 7th of 2057. 25 persons from 5 nations stand before the offices of Odyssey Euro West, hands clasped solemnly at their waists, or held stiffly at their sides. Some are politicians, some are businessmen. These days, is there a difference? Some are scientists. Solely Gerhardt Witz steps to the podium. I regret to announce that, as of today, the Odyssey is no more. What exists of the vessel will be abandoned in orbit. All personnel will collect severance income and be released from their contracts. The sad fact is that our species' greatest hope for an extraplanetary future was never able to escape the gravity of terrestrial, all too human conflicts. With sighs. Perhaps the innovation we pioneered will help improve the lives of future generations. Time will tell. Potentially. More to do. Oh, and loot the equipment stash.
Right where he said it would be. Not a bad selection. I'll put those to use. Why are you doing this?
Because I want you to succeed. Good hunting. We'll talk later.
Wait! Damn him.
Alright. Last advantage.
The snow's got a bite out here.
Oh, come on. Wait. Okay. Faro Automated Solutions.
A pocket shitstorm tour. Day 1. We're better to start than at the end. Where the end started. At 0. Where it all came crashing down. My career first. And everything else. And I mean everything.
They're scanning for me.
Hi, Mom. Remember how ecstatic we were when I landed a job here? Aerospace control engineer at Faro Automated Solutions. Straight out of Stanford U. Saturday, I was tossing a mortar board. Monday, I'm an employee of the biggest corporation on earth. Starting wage, 6 times basic. It was a dream come true. Yours as much as mine. When I found out I'd landed the gig, I waited until graduation day to tell you in person. You were so proud. You hugged me, 5 minutes straight, laughing and crying at the same time, saying over and over, onwards and upwards, the start of great things. I thought so too. It seemed as though nothing bad would ever happen to me, to us, ever again. But bad did happen, of course. More bad than I ever knew was possible. And while I can't blame FAS for making you sick, Metallurgic gets the credit for that. I could sure as hell blame Faro for the rest. But let's talk about the end of the world later. It plays a part in this story, of course. If I hadn't found out what was coming, I wouldn't be doing this, leaving these time capsules behind. But the apocalypse isn't the story I want to tell. This is going to be about our family, about us. It's time to get going. I spent enough of my life in the shadow of this place. I've got 11 more vantage spikes in the trunk of the Sabara I rented. Some pretty good ideas to where to sink them. So let's get the hell away from this place and start sinking. So what's here? Fire bellow back. Ravagers. Give me my rock back. Okay. There's a vessel around here. Supposedly. Looking for blue. Or not blue, purple. So that's campfire. Oh. That's a washer. Ooh, corrupted washer.
No room.
Metallurgic. A cracked and battered vessel once steered the old ones bears the legends Metallurgic International. Oh my god.
Corrupted watchers. Acting as guards. The Eclipse and corrupted machines. Cooperating.
Spotted something.
I'm not here.
Didn't find anything.
These dig sites, they're massive. All these ruins. What do the old ones do here?
How? That actually went through his head.
She went that way. Corruptor. have they been uncovering here?
Okay.
Snow haze. White as bone. That thought got dark.
Okay, so it might be the world data points might be further in than maybe. Sorry about that. I was really hoping for the bones.
This'll last.
Will it?
An explosion. Battered vessel once near the old ones bears the legend of Rocky Mountain Thunderheads. We got all the collectibles. Look at that. Wait, skill. Why do I have so many skill points? What the fuck? Another explosion.
Oh, is this the Deathbringer? Fuck.
Rotate turret! And fire! All weapons operational. Time to get it moving, and be quick about it. No daydreaming.
Protect synthetic muscles. Cooling rods. That turn can be used. A Deathbringer lens.
Has to be one of the Deathbringers Olin talked about. Fitting name. I'll never get into that tower. Unless I destroy that thing
Focus.
first.
It stopped working.
I've disabled his focus. The rest is up to you.
I'll handle it.
Yeah.
Steam's blasting out. I wonder if those are weak points. really heard it.
What? Okay. Ugh.
Did it. Those things pack a punch. All right. That Eclipse officer had a focus. Let's see what's on it.
Okay. Here we go.
Let's see what you have to say. What is this?
The entity lives. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
What the hell was that? Hades? Hey! Mysterious stranger, did you see that? No answer, huh? Figures. Things just keep getting stranger. I need to find a way inside the tower.
Okay. So, looking for 3. Maybe all the way to 11, all the way to 9, and then all the way to 11. Roughly, yeah.
Looks tight, but I can squeeze through.
Hold for identiscan.
One of these again.
Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobak. Please step inside.
Here we are. The Faro Automated Solutions.
Dr. Sobek, you are 355,510 days overdue for your meeting with Mr. Faro. Please proceed to the 35th floor.
Wait. 350,000. That's hundreds of years ago. What's going on?
The protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, quantum encryption, black quartz stuff, way beyond military grade. That's what you demanded. So that's what we delivered.
You don't code something you can't crack. All we need is a backdoor. Upload the latest service pack update and the problem goes away.
You specifically forbade us from leaving anything resembling a backdoor in code. Every protocol to Black Quartz standard. Your words. Look, if you need me to fudge some projections, it's nothing we haven't done before.
I don't need fudged projections. I need a way to reassert control over the Hearts Timor swarm.
I don't know what to tell you, Ted. You're asking the impossible.
So, codes. They needed codes of some kind to control the machines. But they got out of control. Sounds bad.
Let me see where that falls. Damn it, don't tell me I already fucking missed one! No way I could have already missed one, so they must be out of order. Surely.
Or a statue of one, anyway. A machine built to kill. And they honored it?
Welcome to Faro Automated Solutions, where all the problems of tomorrow are being solved today. With over 25,000 human employees based in nations and corporate holdings across the globe, Faro leads the world in every sector of self-sustaining, fully automated technology. From revolutionary consumer products close to home, like the Faro Focus, to the dynamic chariot line of peacekeeping robots halting bloodshed in conflict zones across the globe, Faro remains committed to making the future smarter, brighter, safer, and always surprising. Faro Automated Solutions. For every problem of life, a smart solution.
So they made the Focus. 25,000 people? That's bigger than a tribe. So they made machines and devices. I guess those things were common in their world.
Hologram. Reception log. Reception log, July 7th of 2064, at 9:54 a.m. Field Commandant Daying of the Indo-Malay Agricultural Combine arrived with his delegation. Refreshments to be served before their 10:15 a.m. sales presentation on the chariot line. Per instructions, food will be vegetarian only. 10:07 a.m. Sander Agnew, Vice President of Territorial Integrity from Fresh Grounds Coffee Global, arrived with his entourage. Refreshments to be served before their 10:30 a.m. sales presentation on the chariot line. Per instructions, will use Fresh Grounds Tacoma Blend, no artificial creamers. 10:12 a.m. So that happened. Called security and janitorial to clean up the coffee that was spilled. Actually, more like thrown. I wasn't aware that the Indo-Malay Combine grows coffee beans, and that Fresh Grounds acquisition team has tried to take their fields by force, repeatedly. I think Commandant Daying had Agnew by the hair for a second there. Who schedules these things? I'm gonna drop a line to sales. This can't happen again. Activate.
Welcome to Faro Automated Solutions, where all the problems...
Yeah.
What was this place? What were they doing here?
It was a corporation. A group of people not unlike a tribe. And they made machines.
Yeah, go on.
I've uploaded some data files to your focus. They'll help you understand.
Bio. Elizabeth Sobek, born March 11th of 2020, is an American scientist, roboticist, and engineer, widely regarded as one of the greatest minds of the 21st century. Born and raised outside Carson City, Nevada, she enrolled at Stanford University at age 13, earning a bachelor's in experimental physics and computer science at age 16. She completed her PhD in robotics and artificial intelligence design at Carnegie Mellon University in 2040 and joined Faro Automated Solutions as a junior scientist the same year. Rising quickly to chief scientist at the age of 22, over the next 8 years, her green robot designs played a vital role in realizing the environmental cleanup and detoxification efforts of the clawback decade, propelling FAS to the forefront in its field. In 2048, she suddenly resigned from FAS, protesting the company's pivot to automated military technologies. In 2049, she founded Meridian Technologies, a firm devoted to life-positive robotics and other technologies. Meridian has since become one of the world's largest suppliers of green robots, and winning numerous awards and accolades, including the 2053 Nobel Prize for Physics and the 2056 Rachel Carson Award for Environmental Progress. Bio. Ted Faro. Theodore Ted Faro, born December 24th of 2013, is an American entrepreneur and business magnate? How do you say that? I've never fucking... I've seen that word before, but I've just never fucking learned how to say it. He's the founder of Faro Automated Solutions, FAS, largest company of all time, the world's wealthiest individual and the first ever trillionaire. Born and raised in Salt Lake City, Utah, he enrolled at the University of California, Los Angeles, where he studied business for 2 years before dropping out in 2033 to start FAS. Though it struggled a bit, the company broke through at the end of the troubled 2030s when its popular line of personal servitors and bodyguard bots then exploded when its famous line of green robots led the race to solve the climate crisis during the 2040s clawback. At the end of the decade, FAS opened a military defense branch, dominating the world market for automated military platforms by 2053. The success of FAS has made Mr. Faro the world's best-known businessman, one of its most sought-after speakers, and a major voice in politics, culture, and international affairs. History of the FAS. Faro Automated Solutions, FAS, is an American multinational corporate entity that produces robots for all walks of life. Though its core business consists of military and defense contracts, as of 2063, FAS has ranked number 1 among the Fortune 5 by gross revenue and profit for 10 years in a row, a world record. Founded in 2033 by Theodore Ted Faro, an entrepreneur from Salt Lake City, Utah, the company developed several promising robot prototypes in its early years, but failed to break into markets dominated by then-industry giants like General Synthetics and Recoil. This changed in 2038 with the debut of the Alfred line of levitating personal servitors, which generated exceptional sales, lifting the company onto the Fortune 50 for the first time. Profits tripled in the 2040s as the company's environmental efforts, led by famed engineer Elizabeth Sobek, catapulted FAS to the head of that sector. In 2049, in the wake of successful green and climate cleanup efforts around the globe, worldwide approval ratings of FAS exceeded 90%, and founder Ted Faro was hailed across media and social networks as the man who saved the world. Yet it was the emergence of FAS as a military contractor in the late 2040s that cemented its status as the world's wealthiest corporation, with a record market capitalization of over $23 trillion. By 2055, FAS controlled 61% of the market share for automated military platforms, holding contracts with 353 nations, trans-governmental organizations, and corporate entities. Today, its holdings exceed the second largest company, FB Mobile Global, by 321%. Definition: corporation. Noun: corporation. An association of individuals created under the authority of law, having existence, powers, and liabilities distinct from those of its members. In a business sense, a corporation is usually owned by members, usually owned by shareholders. I went back instead of moving down the line. Shareholders, through the sale of distribution of stock, who profit from such ownership. Vote at designated times for its governance, and designate executives who run its affairs. Most corporations engage in one or more industries to produce goods or offer services for profit, and many in turn own other corporations, companies, or property as holdings. Yep. R&D laboratory.
Now, I know this must seem like a bizarre change in direction. I mean, we're Faro Automated Solutions, right? #1 robotics firm in the world. Why would we clear our production slate to fabricate human-operated vehicles and weapon systems, the relics of the past? All I can say at this juncture is... trust me. We will be exploiting a massive, growth opportunity by retooling and reallocating capacity according to my plan. So I will need revised projections of mass fabrication velocity across every pipeline within 36 hours.
So they were making machines, then they stopped to make other kinds of weapons. Why? To it. Not even old death. Nothing natural. Another cave-in. But I could get through.
Recomplete. From J. Fredkin to reception. Subject: recomplete. Hey, reception. If that is your real name. Want to know who scheduled Indo Melee right next to Fresh Grounds? That would be me, Senior VP of Sales. Want to know why? After that little hair-pulling incident, both sides increased their bids by 40%. I'll explain, because your receptionist-level brain probably requires that those two sides are fighting. And what do we sell? That's right, combat machines. We want them to hate each other, so they will try to fight each other with what? That's right, again, combat machines, which they will pay us a lot of money for. So I suggest you go back to serving coffee with a blank smile and let me do my much more complicated job. Thanks a bunch, Mr. Fredkin, to you. Wait a minute. How are you gonna do this to me? There's nothing else here? Not even like a audio log thing? It thinks I'm outside now. That's interesting. Okay.
can climb here.
Okay.
Made it.
There you go.
Looks like the way up.
So I don't want to go that
What's
way.
left of it.
The FSP-5 Kopesh provides a one-size-fits-all solution to main battle force capability. Metamaterial construction delivers unmatched recoil dampening, allowing you to field any weapon package that conforms to your budget needs and conflict resolution profile. Patented biomass conversion systems allow extended emergency operations with minimal environmental impact. Multilinear target processing provides simultaneous real-time threat analysis and legal review for autonomous domestic operations. Or control can be slaved to the swarm's neural network for weapons-free force application. Either way, when it's time to call out the big guns, it's time to call Kopesh.
The Deathbringer. So this was the heavy hitter. Main battle force indeed.
The BOR-7 Horus. Imagine your complete engagement ecosystem comprehensively managed by a high-speed learning machine network. Whether your need is to replace battlefield losses or intensify force projection, the Horus's onboard manufacturing capabilities mean you'll never get stuck waiting for the next arms delivery. Simply redefine your force parameters, and the Horus will fabricate additional units to fill the ranks for an affordable per-unit licensing fee. Meanwhile, the biomass conversion systems of other chariot line models allow them to keep the Horus fueled, repaired, and ready, extending its operational tolerances beyond that of any competing Titan-class platform. That's the Horus advantage. Always regulating, always ready. The future of automated warfare made real today.
The Metal Devil. So these were Faro machines too. Manufacturing capabilities. They can make more of themselves. Then how would you ever stop them?
The ACA-3 Scarab combines conventional and information warfare capabilities in one package. Designed for high-speed, all-terrain reconnaissance, it boasts the world's highest survivability rating of any Scout-class autonomous agent. Maybe it's the Scarab's emergency biomass conversion systems that ensure it always makes it back to base, even if fuel supply lines have been interdicted. Or maybe it's the Scarab's ability to slave enemy robots to its own network. Now that's force multiplication. Add a prehensile manipulator arm that can handle a host of functions, from 360-degree less lethal riot management to surgical repairs of allied chariot line models, and you've got the workhorse of any cutting-edge peacekeeping fleet.
The Corruptor. Slave enemy robots to its own network. It sounds like it's talking about how it corrupts machines.
Sorry, I thought I was gonna sneeze. Spiritual Summit. There's those. There's that guy. Reception log. Okay. Spiritual Summit. From Ted Faro to Paula Basara. Subject Spiritual Summit. Paula. Recent events have sharpened my perspective, and I think that I, and FAS in general, have been neglecting the spiritual side of things. Not under any specific religious framework, of course, but in a more general sense. as in not giving enough thought to our shared values, hopes, and aspirations for the afterlife. I'd like you to reach out to religious leaders of every stripe from with the intention of scheduling a conference soon, very soon. I'll have more thoughts about the agenda later, but for now, let's put out some feelers and see if we can lock something in. Make it a big tent. No kooks, but anyone with a credible audience. Let's go deluxe. Make it clear we'll spare no expense. Thanks, Ted. FAS Campus Log. Campus Security Log. High Priority Alert. Automated Log Note. All non-essential systems have entered hibernation. High Priority Alert. Automated Log Note. Full lockdown has been initiated. High Priority Alert. Due to the increasing frequency of violent protests targeting the campus, the security of FAS employees can no longer be guaranteed. Therefore, we have taken the difficult decision to shutter this facility indefinitely. Staff will be briefed on a block-by-block basis regarding proper procedures for archiving and/or disposal of project-related data and materials. HiSec and a crisis team will then conduct exit review before all areas are locked down. High priority alert. Priority messaging to all staff in E and F blocks. Treat the current lockdown situation as an exercise, but do not attempt to release the hatches or otherwise exit the buildings. High priority alert. A reminder that while HiSec personnel remain committed to employee safety during the current unfortunate events, personal firearms must be relinquished when presenting for identiscan. High priority alert. Additional public access roads en route to the campus have now been closed to relieve wanting time at the outer security cordons. HiSec reminds all staff that the campus remains off limits to the public. High priority alert. Following recent campus security issues, all staff are reminded that presenting for identiscan and displaying your security badge prominently at all times for image analytics are both mandatory. High priority alert. In light of recent acts of terrorism directed at the rapid transit system, HiSec now offers a Big Brother initiative to accompany staff traveling from off-site. Sign up is required and strongly encouraged. 38 more entries in high priority. Additional entries corrupted.
So people were angry at Faro, at the corporation. They blamed this place for something. Something bad.
Okay.
It'll be a long way up. Frozen metal most of the way. Not making this easy, Dr. Sobek. If plants can find a way to hang on up here, guess I can too.
Oh. Regarding the rumors.
Crisis that began when they engaged in unauthorized offensive operations against robots and human personnel of the Hearts Timor Energy Combine. Now, I wish that I could relate that the crisis has been exaggerated, but it's not. The Peacekeepers have not responded to stand-down codes, and by all signs, they appear to be replicating at a precipitous rate. Now, what I can promise, can absolutely assure you, is that I am already devoting every possible resource towards reaching a speedy conclusion to this issue. So when you hear the bad talk about us against this company in the days, maybe weeks to come, just bear in mind that we will get past this. That a day's coming when none of this will matter.
Peacekeepers. That's what they called their machines. They were built for war, not peace. Got too much already.
All hands on deck. From Gordon Nakata to Gina Zierman. Subject: all hands on deck. Gina, ever hear of the Millville Island Fruit Association? Neither had I, until they filed suit against us this morning. Apparently there's a little island paradise on the coast of Australia. Population 2,700, all of whom hate us. Now that the stray Hart's Timor unit is chowing down on their largest mango orchard. That brings the official count of Hart Timor-related lawsuits to 127. Most of them from private companies, but also a bunch from individuals, nations, states, and NGOs. And that's not even counting the mother of all liability claims from Hart's itself. Call every external firm we've ever used, then call their competitors. We're going to need every corporate defense lawyer we can find who's still half sober and on the bar. Gordon Nakata, Associate General Counsel of the FAS.
Cold.
Okay, wait. How can I still climb up that elevator? Hello? The Banda C incident. From Stacy Anders to Robert Rashear, subject Dolphin Vid. Bob. Another problem to add to our big steaming pile. Apparently a fisherman in the Banda C captured video of the Hearts Timor Horus unit refueling via biomatter conversion along the shoreline of Puleu Watar on a pod of endangered dolphins, no less. Quite possibly the last of their kind. Not to get graphic, but it looks like what happens inside a blender. As if the robot was whipping up a big, pink, swirling milkshake of dolphin chunk. Our suppression team has scrubbed it from 43 networks, but it's still propagating, so it's only a matter of time before it goes viral. A prepared statement feels grossly insufficient. Any suggestions? This one's a real stinker. Stacy Anders, VP of PR at the FAS. Alright, so all I'm missing are hologram.
The way up. All it takes is a few good handholds. All right, made it. Wonder what we'll find.
All data is being erased from this device. Do you wish to deploy alpha privileges to recover purged data?
Oh yes, I believe I do.
A file has been recovered.
Elizabeth, good to, it's been years.
Where's your legal team, Ted?
No need. I dropped all 18 lawsuits the moment you landed. I assume your data confirms this.
All right, this promises to be interesting.
Perhaps we could have lunch brought in. You know, get reacquainted.
I know you, Ted. You screwed something up, something big, or you wouldn't have eaten the crow necessary to get me here. So spit it out.
There's a glitch in the chariot line.
Your killer robots?
Peacekeepers, yes, those.
So shut them down.
Obviously, Liz, we would, if we could. They're not responding.
Are you telling me a swarm has gone rogue, Ted?
It's worse than that.
Show me the data then. And I'll take that lunch. Alone.
Ted Faro brought Elizabeth Sobek here, but they hated each other.
Another file has been recovered.
This isn't a glitch. It's a catastrophe.
Fully aware. It's bad.
Bad?
Jesus, Liz.
It's not bad, Ted. It's apocalyptic. You built a line of killer robots
Peacekeepers.
that consume biomass as fuel,
In emergencies.
and you made them capable of self-replication.
Limited, self-manufacture, controlled.
Not anymore. The glitch severed chain of command. The only nation this swarm answers to now is itself.
You think I did?
Everything else is just food. And at the rate it's replicating, Ted, it will strip the Earth bare in 15 months. We're not talking fall of civilization. We're talking extinction.
I get it, Liz. So how do I stop it while it's contained?
It's not contained. It can't be.
You know what I mean.
Right. Before the truth gets out, you mean?
Liz, I will do anything you say. Keep working it, and whatever you recommend, I'll do.
I'm gonna hold you to that, Ted.
The Faro robots threatened all life on Earth, but somehow she defeated them. The world of the old ones fell, but life went on, or we wouldn't be here.
A final file has been recovered.
Project Zero Dawn. Jesus, Liz. There has to be another way.
If there were a nicer way to fix your mess, I would have proposed it.
But this? This? When I asked you to find a cure, I didn't expect it to be worse than the disease.
It's not, Ted. It may be grim, but it's our only chance. Now sign the proposal.
Sign it? I can't sign that.
Yes, you can.
That? Liz, I cannot in good conscience sign that.
You've got a choice, Ted.
I know.
I'm speaking to you from a VTOL en route to U.S. Robot Command. In 15 minutes, I meet with General Harris and the rest of the Joint Chiefs.
What? Are you crazy?
Now your choice is what I tell them. Sign, and I'll tell them the wealthiest corporation on Earth has guaranteed the funds necessary to build Zero Dawn. Exactly as I've designed it. Or don't sign, and I will make sure they and everyone else on this planet knows the real cause of the glitch.
Jesus, Liz. You don't have to threaten me. I'll sign.
Look on the bright side, Ted. From here on out, you get to do what you've always been good at. Footing the bill while others get their hands dirty.
God forgive me.
What made her solution so terrible? What did she do to stop the robots?
Executive access detected. Express lift opened.
Another one of these power cells. But what do I do with it?
Alrighty. Okay. Making sure that I don't miss.
Executive access detected. Express lift.
This doesn't add up. Sobek couldn't have been my mother. She lived ages ago. All this searching, and I'm still no closer.
That's your reaction to everything you've just learned? To whine like a spoiled child?
You should really try talking that way to me face to face.
As you wish. Do you really have no idea how monumental are the discoveries you just made, Aloy? I expected more of you.
So, you have a face. Got a name to go with it?
Of all the questions you could ask right now, that's the one you choose. I've spent decades searching the ruins of the older ones, trying to solve the mystery of what happened to them. For years, I've suspected that Faro robots destroyed their civilization, but I could never confirm it. And in minutes, you uncover more ancient knowledge than I have in a lifetime, and what you want to know is my name. Silence. That's my name. Now, why don't you try asking another question? Something less trivial.
All right, Silence. You've made your point. I came to these ruins hoping to learn more about this Elizabeth Sobek. And I have, but I still don't understand my connection to her. Or why the Eclipse is trying to kill me. Or who Hades is. No answers, just one question after another.
Exactly. Which is why it's time to expand your frame of inquiry. Only then will you see just how big your problems really are.
What exactly are you talking about?
You've chased a personal riddle. into a crowd of larger mysteries. The common thread is your connection to Elizabeth Sobek.
But what is that connection? She couldn't have been my mother if she lived centuries ago.
We don't know the connection yet. The only way to find out is to keep going, to keep making discoveries. Thanks to you, we've only just now learned that Faro robots once threatened to end life on Earth.
But it didn't happen. The Old One's civilization was destroyed, but life was saved.
Obviously. So, what did Elizabeth do? How did she stop the robots before all was lost?
What was Project Zero Dawn?
Exactly the question. Now, are you ready to go get the answer?
Of course I am.
Then why are you still standing here?
Not so fast, Silence. You've got some explaining to do.
I've told you quite enough. If you still got questions, be quick about it and stop wasting my time.
You said you've known for some time that Faro war machines destroyed the civilization of the Old Ones.
The evidence pointed that way. But until now, I never knew the full scope of their danger. That they could process organic matter into fuel, or that the Horus class could manufacture more robots. Like a cauldron on legs.
But the robots we've seen so far, the Corruptors and Deathbringers, they don't do those things.
Not yet, anyway. So far, we haven't encountered any that are undamaged. At full power, who knows what they're capable of? Now, if that's enough talking, be on your way.
Oh no. I'm just getting started. You've been getting a free ride on my focus, risking nothing while I risk everything. All I have to do is take this thing off my head, and you'll be blind, deaf, and dumb. So quit complaining and answer my questions.
Very well. Proceed.
Who are you, Silence? And what are your intentions?
You really need to make this personal? I'm a lone wanderer who left his tribe behind a long time ago. An explorer of forbidden places, a searcher of lost knowledge. Exactly as I said.
Why do you know so much about the Eclipse?
I happen to know a lot about a lot of things. If what you're really asking is whether I work for the Eclipse or anyone else, I don't. I am nothing if not independent.
You've been using my focus to spy on me. How's that possible?
Every focus emits a signal, a voice, that only other focuses can hear. I know how to string those voices together, how to make them talk to each other, to communicate, even over vast distances.
How do you learn to do that?
Years of study and experimentation. In principle, it's not so different from how you override machines. I override focuses.
And you can spy through other Eclipse's focuses too.
Usually. All I'll say is that overriding the connections is complicated.
So far as I can tell, the Eclipse are just following orders. It's Hades who wants me dead. Who is he?
I don't know. The Eclipse describe him as a buried shadow, some kind of devil.
That thing that spoke to me outside, that made that focus explode. That was Hades. It didn't seem like a person or a machine. More like a phantom. With a terrible voice.
All that's certain is that he wants you dead.
Because of my connection to Elizabeth. Has to be.
Hades is using the Eclipse to resurrect Faro robots.
But if Elizabeth found a way to stop them centuries ago, if she made special weapons, maybe Hades is worried I'll do the same thing.
In some of the ancient data I've recovered, there are hints of so-called super weapons being developed. Maybe to stop the robots, the civilization of the Old Ones had to destroy itself.
Is there any chance that Elizabeth Sobek could still be alive somehow?
It's highly unlikely, but not impossible. Some of the ancient data I've recovered includes mentions of life extension techniques. Pharmaceuticals, mostly, an ancient word for medicine. But some were still trying to perfect ways of freezing and unfreezing people.
Freezing and unfreezing people?
Cryogenics, they called it. But there were problems with it. Given Elizabeth's technological acumen, I can't definitively rule out that she found a way to make herself immortal. But this is speculation. Wasting time.
Elizabeth told Ted Faro she was headed for a place called U.S. Robot Command to tell people about Zero Dawn.
The place still exists as a ruin. The Asaram call it the Grave Horde.
Grave Horde? Cheery name.
You'll find it in the Eastern Mountains, buried under the tangled coils of a metal devil, or a BOR-7 Horus, rather, as we're learning to call them. I'll contact you when you get there.
I can't wait. Someday we'll meet in person, and your manners had better be improved.
Damn, all the way over there? Grave Horde. Alright, so Grave Horde. Oh my god, Grave Horde. Okay. Fast travel here because we missed things. On my wrist. Those. So, from this merchant, apparently I need to head left. Oh, to this tank. Ah, there you are. Odyssey drives ready. Odyssey fusion drives ready for installation. Mumbai, April 17th of 2051. Speaking at a press conference today, Odyssey India Chief Science Officer Jaswinder Prajapati announced that all components of the colony ship's fusion propulsion units have been printed, tested, and are ready for installation. We are ready to build the Odyssey's engines, Prajapati said. As if my international colleagues would be so kind as to resolve their differences, perhaps this stalled project can finally go somewhere. Prajapati's arch comments referred to ongoing financial and labor disputes between Odyssey America and Odyssey Euro West, as well as tensions over rare earth deposits in Datapro. Wow, I'm having massive deja vu. That's uncomfortable. I always fucking hate deja vu. Makes me feel like shit isn't real, like ever. problem. Under the wreck of the tank on the left. I'm looking for...
Red light means trouble.
Oh. There we go. Odyssey Injustice. And there we go. We got all the world text points. Editorial. What does Odyssey say about who we value? March 8th of 2041. If you've been paying attention to all the public outrage in response to last week's announcement of the Odyssey project, you'd be forgiven for mistaking the proposed colony ship for a gold-planted space chariot the world's trillionaires are conspiring to use to escape the climate catastrophe, leaving the rest of us to choke and drown and starve while the riches rocket off to Sirius. One Earth spokesperson Azar Safavi went so far to say the ability to drive the planet nearly to extinction and then even consider leaving it behind is the sole provenance of the obscenely criminally rich. Dander up, hackles raised, you bet. Only problem is, Azar's got it all wrong. The Odyssey is not a cosmic escape pod for CEOs, it's a rare instance of long-term thinking in the midst of our collective disaster. Even if every aspect of the project goes swimmingly, which we all know will never happen, the ship won't even launch from orbit until 2080, by which time, let's face it, our species will have either found a way to reverse the climate or will have perished. Nor is the Odyssey a vanity project funded by the preposterously wealthy. It is, rather, a yet again rare instance of an international project, co-founded by 5 nations, US, the Western European Alliance, India, China, and Japan. Yes, the project will accept donations by wealthy individuals, but donations will not buy a seat on the ship. The vast majority of the Odyssey's human passengers will not be old, rich, and smug, but very young, as in embryonic. The entire point of the project is to spawn a human population on the exoplanet. Data corrupted. There we go. And now I can delete that. Just turn it off. I'll go ahead and delete that too. And delete that. And delete that. There we go. Woohoo! Let's head to this campfire real quick. So, world-wise, there's still some stuff related that we can find that are in specific quest areas. Specifically the big bunkers that we still have to do. But, world-wise, we're good to go. Basically. There's still... Hang on. Okay.
I don't like a woman as head of the Hunter's Lodge, but at least she's no Karja, unlike those savages.
Let's go talk to this guy.
I love this bit.
A man named Nissan came to see me, and we came to an arrangement. I think many in Sunfall will benefit from it. All this from a stolen sword. As they say, follow the shadow, and you'll find a flame.
There we go. Perfect.
You'll regret.
Yes. I remember you. Did you find the vessels I seek?
I did.
Yes, yes. Trade quickly. I have work to do.
Boom.
Yes, I'm happy to trade if you have... I will leave you to the hunt. Be sure to delve into the ruins.
You've already given me everything.
These aren't goods, they're necessities. best goods here.
Are you named? No. Are you named? Yes.
Back from the wilds. Find any Banuk relics? You ready? Let's trade then. Come on back if you find any Banuk goods. I pay well for Banuk relics, Outlander.
Won't cost you a shard just to look.
They say the Nora women ask men to
Buy
marry
what you
them.
need.
I wonder how that even works.
Could you spare a moment to speak of the... Ah, you're back. Did you bring me something lovely? Ah, let us haggle over this beautiful bounty.
There we go.
Till we meet again, my noble Nora. Everyone needs a...
Okay. Gosh, I have so many shards. I have a full thing for resources. So really, I just need... Wow.
A flash of color in...
There we go. Okay.
Come, let's...
Cause for concern. I think I have to fight him. I think the game's gonna make me fight him. Hello?
No. I did wonder on my way here. Well, if you were luring me into an ambush.
Where's the fun in that? Some bandit sprawl would never have done for our arena. But this, much better. There's a sense of drama. So, what do you say? How about we try to kill each other?
Wait. You brought me out here to ask if I want to fight you?
To the death. We'll savor it because we only get this one time.
Actually, I don't know what else I expected. I'm, flattered that you think of me this way, but I don't want to kill you.
Don't be hasty. When it's life against death, hunter against hunter, I know it'll come to you.
Is that really what you want, Nil? You know, I don't think you have a death wish. What you have might be worse, but I see there might be a need for you in this world.
I don't understand.
I won't fight you. That's my decision. You can respect it, or try to shoot me in the back as I go.
Then it's over. Your last arrow is the cruelest.
Here we go. Side quest complete. Alrighty. So now into the Borderlands. Oop. Yep. Back to Meridian. Now we move on with even more quest stuff.
Sunhawk of the Hunter's Lodge. She does her
A moment of your time, Outlander?
Nope. I've already given you everything I can give.
Always the ones you least expect that cause you trouble.
Greetings, Aloy. I am known as Blameless Murad. Please come with me. You're needed for an important consultation.
What do you mean? Where's Erend?
He's inside, attending the Sun King, where we should be without further delay. Follow me, please.
All of these people are here to see the Sun King.
Yes, and each has come to ask a favor of him. Unpleasant, but that's politics. The Sun King is eager to meet you, the machine tamer with a curious eye for detail. It's all very intriguing.
I'm not here to intrigue you.
Too late.
First the Oseram gets special treatment, and now Outlanders from the Savage King haven't heard.
Passed by some Outlander woman? Unacceptable. I've been here for 2 hours, and this Nora goes to the front of the line.
Fuck are you gonna do?
Ignore them. Nobles are like children who whine when they don't get a second helping of dessert.
What's the Sun King like?
The most important thing is what he isn't like. His father. I think you'll find him to be a reasonable man.
Aloy of the Nora. She who sees the unseen. Welcome. It would seem you have done me a great service. Erend, tell her what you found.
I checked Ursa's tomb. You were right, Aloy. The body is missing a scar below her right knee. I gave it to Ursa when we were kids, fighting over a toy sword.
If the body is not Ursa's, then we must assume she is still alive. And I will not abandon her.
We only know she was taken, not who took her.
I can help with that. Ursa has an enemy among the Oseram. A warlord named Dervahl.
Impossible. Every clan in the claim has been hunting for him since the liberation. He has to be dead by now.
No other Oseram had the motive and ingenuity to lure Ursa into this trap. I expect to find him lurking somewhere near the border. I've already sent an agent to investigate. He'll be waiting for word from us at the marketplace in Pitchcliff.
I can't move troops to the border without provoking the Oseram. But I could send a few vanguardsmen. And perhaps an exceptionally gifted Nora as well. Erend, Murad, let me discuss it with her privately. I hate to impose further after all you've done, but this is a matter of great importance to me.
It sounds like Ursa means a lot to you.
Without her Oseram vanguard, I would not have been able to liberate Meridian and end my father's brutal reign. Since then, it has been difficult to maintain peace between our tribes. But Ursa has a way of making her people see reason. So you see, I need her back at my side. And quickly.
Who is Dervahl exactly?
To understand Dervahl, you must first understand my father. He truly thought of himself as a sun god. His mind was broken. He believed that blood sacrifice would solve, well, everything. So he raided the other tribes for victims, especially the Oseram. Dervahl fought back. He crafted powerful weapons and rallied his people. My father responded with the ultimate cruelty. He captured Dervahl's wife and daughter and sacrificed them in the Sun Ring.
So, why would Dervahl go to so much trouble to kidnap Ursa?
He felt she betrayed him. She fought by his side until she realized he planned to raise Meridian and butcher its people. And she came to me. Together, we stopped him and liberated the city from my father. Dervahl has spent every moment since trying to get revenge. Mostly on the other Oseram who fought with us. He made so many powerful enemies, I thought we'd seen the last of him. I was wrong.
The killers who attacked the Nora. I've discovered that they're a faction of Shadow Karja called the Eclipse. They're digging up ancient weapons, machines that corrupt and control other machines. They want to use them to strike Meridian.
What you're saying echoes reports I've received from Murad, a Shadow Karja splinter group. Corrupted machines across the land. When will this attack come, do you know?
I'm not exactly sure.
Then we will do what we can to prepare. But in the meantime, Ursa is my highest priority. Please, help me find her.
I'd like to ask you something about the Sundom and its politics.
By all means.
They call you a sun god who killed his own father in order to unite the tribes in harmony. Is any of it true?
They say you can see the invisible, split an arrow at 50 paces, and tame machines at a glance. How much of that is true?
It's not too far off.
Well, I would like to unite the tribes in harmony, but you saw how many courtiers I have to deal with first. Maybe next week.
Quite a place you've got here. You can almost see the little people below the mesa.
You don't approve? Well, I have a secret for you. Neither do I. But we must be patient. Change won't come in a single sunrise.
But will it happen at all, while men live in palaces?
It might. Eventually. If people like you help me bring it about.
Your politics seem very complicated. The Oseram are friends, but enemies too?
I couldn't have liberated Meridian without the help of Ursa and her Oseram freebooters. Many of them have settled here. But the Ealdormen of the Oseram clans in the Claim have become jealous of their success. So have many Karja nobles. It's a volatile situation, especially given the fact that my father raided the Oseram for years. Ursa helps keep the peace, promising a future based on mutual gain. But some, like Dervahl, will never let go of their venom.
What can you tell me about the Shadow Karja? What do they have to do with Ursa?
They are remnants of my father's regime, holding out at the fortress of Sunfall to the west. Like him, they care only for domination, and seek to draw upon the power of the sun by spilling blood in its name. Since Ursa helped me take this city from them, they were perfect scapegoats. Dervahl knew this, of course, and planned it well.
I need to get going.
I know. Well, they say kings should never beg. But please, help me find Ursa.
Who says that?
Well, Murad, for one. Don't hesitate to ask him or Erend if you have further questions.
Founding of Meridian. We are Karja. In us is the blood of those led by Araman from the persecution and pursuit so long ago. Out of the far savage east we came, guardians of a treasure greater than land or metal, the leaves of the old ones. Araman found the leaves in a ruin, picked out by a beam of sunlight, and he recognized at once their importance. Within was etched the first teaching of how to observe the sun, to recognize its guidance, to understand the place of man. From out of the leaves came the first glyphs, the first writing, so our knowledge could last longer than voices. But when our forefathers offered to share this gift, they were driven out by those they had once called tribesfolk. These ones feared to have the light of knowledge brought to bear on their ignorance, or were jealous of its power, and so began the long wandering of our people, trusting only that the sun would guide them and deliver them from the barbarian tribes. The path was hard and marked by the stones of families who fell along the wayside, even Araman's own. The persecution was unceasing from those without purpose, only the desire to debase and destroy, but the faith of the Karja was rewarded with a distant vision, a tower like a solid ray of the sun, holding on the horizon, flashing. Even as their enemies descended upon them, Araman followed the light of the Glinthawks, leading his people through looming canyons and teeming jungles. Again they saw the tower, so close now it seemed to reach the very sun itself. They saw that the Glinthawks perched upon it. Beheld in the light of the sun, the tower, the spire, cast its long shadow upon a mesa across the verdant valley. Araman knew he had found a haven for the tribe, as this was a place shunned by those without his faith, who cowered from the magnificence of the spear or the shining feathers of the Glinthawks. He named this place Meridian, from a passage in the leaves and the tribe. He named this place Meridian, from a passage in the leaves, and the tribe settled in the protection of the great mesa. They found the site was blessed in every respect, carving their cliff houses from the bounteous resources. Apologies. And in time from the red rock of the mesa itself, crowning it with the first columns of the City of the Sun. Truly, the sun gave much of the descendants of our forefathers, granting Meridian great harvests and prosperity, and the bounds of the sundom for as far as its light touched. In time, seeing Meridian shielded us from the dark arrows and plots of our foes, other foreigners brought trade and tribute. Holy Meridian, without spire and sun, there would be no Meridian. But now and forevermore, it stands as a monument to both, and the glory of Araman and the founders it reflected anew each Sun King of the Radiant Line and the noble houses of the Sun Court. Alrighty, we're missing one more, and there it is. What is it? The Sun Kings. The Chronicle of the Sun Kings. The founder, Araman, who guided our forefathers from the shadows of the savage east into the fastness of the Mesa Valley, and who, reading the signs of the sun and shadow both, delivered them to the site of Holy Meridian. The bounteous Amavad, who oversaw the clearing and sowing of the royal maize lands, so that none who walked in the sun's favor would go hungry again, who cut back the jewel to claim the rich east estate lands for the first houses of the Sun Court. The far-seeing Sadahim, who expanded the sun's domain to the north, south, and east, setting a gate at Bright Market Harbor, and who knew the sun at its highest, proclaimed these lands would be known as the Karja Sundom. So by the light it was good. The generous Jawadan, who stocked the metal markets with the spoils of his own trampler hunts, and who allowed trade from north and south, ever permitting outlanders the gift of the counting glyphs so they might understand more than simple barter. Savarad, the pilgrim Sun King, whose tower was raised to the top of the Ridge of Veils, and who crossed the great waters at the daybreak so Sundom might extend ever further, and to honor this passage had the great blazon arch raised on the far shores. The bold Iriv, who saw the sun's passing into the west as a challenge, and forged after it with a great army, to be pushed back 3 times at the great canyon lands that would be known as the Daunt, until on the 4th time his cohort broke through and were vanished in the lands beyond. The prudent Basidid, who had the mantle of his fallen brother thrust upon him suddenly, who ordered the construction of the fortress of Sunfall and the garrison at Blazon Arc, declaring the land beyond it the forbidden west, where only the sun may go. Kuvadin, the returner, who strove to bring civilization to the savage east, but returned after many strenuous endeavors, saying it was no longer fit for the people of the sun, and called for the building of great towers and walls so this wild land might be observed safely. Renan, the firebird, who saw the Sundom suffer unprovoked attacks by the Tenaketh horde, and who against the protests of his advisors accompanied his army to confront them. Under the sun he claimed victory, though he was so greatly scarred he wore his blazing helmet from that day. Nahasis, who was a hunter as much as a Sun King, and called for the proudest men of the noble houses to prove themselves in competition beneath the sun, and that those who felled the greatest machines would be situated as the first Sunhawk and Hawks of the Hunter's Lodge. The illuminated Marzid, who the sun visited with visions so vivid and grand, he commissioned many statues and frescoes of his visage in Meridian, and for his summer palace in Sunfall had the great citadel rised, where he remained painting until he took deathly ill from his own pigments. Hivas, elder brother of Marzid, who decreed each family with a suitable male child should submit that child in service of the Sundom's then depleted ranks, and had the artisans turn their attention from works of art to outfitting each soldier of the sun with the very finest armor, halberd, and bow. Jiran, who in his early years was a strong Sun King, defending the Sundom from the encroachment of other tribes and the derangement of the machines, but who became greatly addled and ordered the spilling of much blood in the sun's name, threatening to bring a twilight time upon us. Avad, the Liberator, yet to be written. Alrighty. Okay.
This must be Pitchcliff. Murad's agent should be at the marketplace by now.
No sign of Murad's guy? He He's had plenty of time to investigate.
We'd better look for him.
Damn right.
Well, someone left here recently, and they were in a hurry.
Has to be Murad's guy. Dervahl's thugs must have made him.
Maybe because he found something. Look at this. I think he drew a map with his own blood.
Right. Those kind of maps you know you better follow.
That might be Pitchcliff. He marked a spot to the north. Could be Dervahl's location.
My men are waiting outside of town. I'll grab them and meet you there.
Just gonna make this easier on myself.
Machines. Looks like they've been chained up.
Dervahl's a tinker. He probably experiments on them or strips them for parts.
Maybe I can use them to make some trouble. I'll go in first. Hold off until the fighting starts.
All right. We've got your back.
Dervahl's men. It's about to get ugly.
I hope so.
Intruders! Unleash the machine! Shoot their chains!
got him quaking!
She must be around here somewhere. Let's find her.
Derval says you gotta eat dirt.
Well, here I am.
They called on the Vanguard for this!
Like this? Another.
Ursa must be in there. We have to get through.
They must use these to protect themselves from that awful sound. Heavy. It's hard, too.
Ursa!
Aaron? Derval tried to break me. Shows what he knows.
I should have been with you. Why didn't you come for me? I know I'm a useless trunk, but...
No, idiot. I got a message from Derval saying he wanted to parlay. I didn't come for you because I knew it was a trap. I couldn't let you get hurt. Just didn't think it'd be that good a trap. Thought I could take him out. Now listen. Derval's planning something big in Meridian. He said he'd force Avad to watch as the smoke darkens their precious sun. Your king needs you. No more playing around. You're gonna have to grow up fast.
I will. I promise.
You damn well better, little brother.
Ursa. No, no. Please. I won't let you down. I promise.
Erend, I'm so sorry.
You've got to find Derval. But Meridian's a big place.
I'll look through his things. Maybe we can narrow it down. Derval's records, maybe. Just notes about crafting. And a letter tucked between the pages. Lots of blaze. Headed to Meridian. If we find it.
Falls Journal. My loyal customer, Elon Forgeman. I hope your plans for the forge in Upper Meridian are moving forward, and we're honored you chose us to provide the blaze you need. We've received payment for the third shipment, and we are most thankful for your prompt remuneration. Unfortunately, our hunters are struggling to cover the order. We apologize for the delay, but this is an unusually large request. As soon as we have it, we'll deliver it to your warehouse as promised. With utmost respect, Grund Huntmaster, Mainspring Machine Making, Clan Charter 17A21.
Find Derval too. This machine's been picked apart with precision. What's Derval learned from all his tinkering? Do I even want to know? Such a strange device. It's beautifully crafted. What happens when I turn it on?
I think I've got it working. There. Now, say something. Both of you, Doves.
I don't know. What do you want me to say?
Whatever you want. I just want to hear your voice. And keep it for later.
I'll sing, Papa. La 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 la.
There. A song and a laugh. Even better than words. And now I can hear them whenever I want.
We're done then? Off to bed with you. Good night, Mama. Good night, Papa. Is she gone? What are we going to do? The raids are getting closer and closer to Mainspring. How much longer can we hide like this?
A keepsake from his family. Derval's got nothing left to lose.
Data point. Okay. There's none after that. Just making sure. Okay. I'm sorry I woke over and walked over your sister's body. I'm so
I think
sorry.
I found something that can help. Let's head back to the palace.
Go. I won't be long, but I need to tend to my sister.
Oh my god, what's happening? Where are all these fucking... Steam? Go away. Why the fuck did steam pop up? Sun shall fall. Go to the Palace of the Sun in Meridian. Steam? Go away. Fucking steam? Also, when did I run out of health potion? Like, I got the health drinks still, but like, I thought I had so much more, like herbs. Healing herbs. Ugh.
Once again leads the Hunter's Lodge. I could not ask for a more noble house. It's not what I imagined when I was a boy.
Talk to a bod.
I've sent a messenger to the claim to let everyone know.
If there's anything you or your clan need for her arrangements, you need but ask.
There'll be time for all of that later.
Aloy. I'm glad you're back. I'm at a loss about Ursa. To learn she lives, then lose that hope, seems cruel.
She wouldn't want us to waste time talking. She'd want us to find Dervahl. She said he raved about smoke darkening the sun. Tell him what you found in his papers.
A letter. It mentioned a shipment of blaze being sent to a warehouse here. Only, it wasn't addressed to Dervahl. The name was Ayland Forgeman. Does that mean anything to you?
Sounds familiar. Yes, a landlord. The Oseram have been buying up buildings across the city, including one under that name. Let me think. It's by the edge of the mesa, near the temple. It used to be a shop, but it could serve as a warehouse. If Dervahl used the name as an alias to buy it, he might even be there now.
I'll round up my men.
I'll meet you there.
Erend, wait. Remember that no one hates Dervahl more than your own tribe. The clans would give up much to obtain him.
Take him alive? So you can haggle over him? You can't be serious.
Our security depends on keeping the peace. If the opportunity presents itself, take him alive. Consider that a command. Aloy, a moment, please. When we spoke, Erend didn't wish to dwell on the details of Ursa's death. Understandable, of course. But now that they've been left to my imagination, those details are all I can think about. You were there. Did she suffer?
She's not the one who's suffering now. You are. She died before you could say goodbye.
Is it that obvious? You're right. I'm dwelling on my pain, not just hers. And there's only one thing left that can help. Find Dervahl and bring him before me. He will answer for his crimes. Don't let me delay you any longer. Meet Erend at the warehouse.
Can do.
I work hard every day.
Getting a lot of frame setters. I'm wondering if there's a problem with the game at the moment, or if it's just because a bunch of stuff just decided to fucking pop up in the background. Something is like working in the background, even though it fucking shouldn't be.
A moment of your time, Outlander?
No.
Never thought I'd see that sunrise.
This is the place. You home, Derval? I got a surprise for you.
Or he has a surprise for us.
Is it a bomb? Doesn't look too big.
Big enough to kill us.
All right. I'll shut up.
Blaze. It must be leaking from something upstairs. If I try to take it apart, a booby trap will set it off.
Not right now.
That's a lot of blaze.
If that bomb downstairs goes off, it'll be just what Derval promised. Smoke will darken the sun. As the city goes up in flames, there's gotta be a way to stop it. If we can get rid of it somehow, the blast will be much smaller. If we can get rid of it somehow, the blast will be much smaller.
The captain needs you inside.
Something's dripping from the ceiling. If we can get rid of it somehow, the blast will be much smaller.
So, is that thing gonna go off?
It looks like a wooden bracket. Not very strong. Help me push this out.
Okay. Brute force, I'm good at that. What'll it do?
Save the city, I hope. But when the blaze falls, run for it. Because the booby trap on the bomb downstairs is gonna get set off.
Will we survive?
Probably not. Now push.
We did it! Derval's best shot, and Meridian's still standing.
This isn't over. Derval said he'd make a VOD watch.
No way. To do that, he'd have to get into the palace, and that's too heavily guarded.
Get back there, just to be sure. I'm gonna look around. Maybe Derval's men left something behind when they planted that bomb.
I got it. Don't worry. He tries for the palace. He's finished.
Halfway across the city.
Boot tracks, with just a bit of blaze in them.
Hurry up! Get to the fire and set up a bucket line!
Not stopping when you're in the city.
A woman now stands as
What happened?
Son of the Hunter's
glass like that since the
I have a matter of grace and beauty I would like to discuss with you.
I'll never leave Meridian. But you
There's
alone
smoke
makes life
rising from
worth
the edge of
living.
the mesa. Are we under attack?
Kind of under
The
attack.
tracks lead inside. Another one of Derval's hideouts.
Oh, wait, downstairs. Didn't notice the stairs.
This must be where Derval assembled the detonator. He tunneled through the wall. Derval did find a way into the palace. saw me. This is it. Keep that for later.
Look at you, Avad. The wriggling runt of a maniac king. You robbed me of my right to kill your father, so I'll have to settle for you. I'm going to enjoy watching the Karja burn, even more because you'll be watching with me. Say goodbye to Meridian, Avad. Breathe in the stench, and choke on the ashes. Something's wrong. It didn't... I didn't hear anything.
There's a bit of smoke rising from the mesa's edge.
No! It should be a firestorm, not some belch from a charcoal burner!
I can't spare the weight.
About to say no fucking way. Did I get soft locked?
What's this? Oh. You must be the Nora who bushwhacked my camp.
And disabled your bomb.
Did you now? Well, bomb or no bomb, I'm gonna splatter that throne with blood. First yours, then Avad's.
Oh, it's a Terror Blaster. I have one very similar.
To arms!
I've led an army. Killed kestrels and ravagers. A savage is nothing. It's not over yet, Nora. Any good Oseram tinker will tell you. Always have a third plan. Those majestic, murderous glinthawks! Because there's more on the way! Never do the work if you can get a machine to do it for you!
Damn it. Fuck.
As much as I wish Ursa was here to kill you, I don't mind doing it for her.
Go ahead. I'm not afraid. Except that knowing you, Erend, you'll screw it up!
I know what you are afraid of. Going back to Mainspring in chains. Every clan in the claim wants you dead. And they know how to make it hurt. They'll even bid for the privilege.
It's just like you to get someone else to do your killing.
Shut up! You're at the Sun King's mercy now.
Not getting any cooler.
Let's talk to Derval, because Derval is optional. I don't want to miss the chance.
No shadows of the noonday sun. Words to live by.
She's the last of the house.
Check out these wares.
Come to gloat, Nora. Well, as you can see, I get it. You want to rub it in? Well, it's not working. Ha ha! It's funny to pester the tinker in the cage. What a laugh. You think that bit of scrap on your brow makes you smart? I'll bet you couldn't have taken apart my bomb without it. Think I'm done? Think again. I've gotten out of worse scrapes. While the lunkheads in Mainspring dither over how to kill me, I'll dig myself out. Just you wait. When I get out of here, I'm gonna plant Thunderjaw lure in your bed. Gotta admit, it burns me the savage tracked me down. Most Nora get confused by anything more than 2 sticks and a string. Don't you have something better to do? Like choke on a lancewood. You think that spear of yours is so fancy, but I could craft it blindfolded during a quick nap. Riding machines. Am I supposed to be impressed? Get one to serve me lunch, then I'll take notice. You're like a burr in a boot, you know that?
irritating. Hammer to steel. I hate you. Someday, I'm gonna build a machine with the specific purpose of pulling your brains out.
This man's got a lot of dialogue.
Flaming forge, just leave me alone, Red.
There we go. That man had a lot of dialogue. Nope, that's Olin's house.
A shingle.
Let's have a chat. No, a colorful discussion.
Aloy. I was just thinking about Ursa. She would have killed Dervahl on the spot. I know it. That's why she went out to meet him in the first place, to put him down. But she also told me to grow up. I gotta admit it burned a little when she said that, but I'm trying to take it to heart. And I guess growing up means putting what you should do in front of what you want to do. Right?
You're asking me? I'm pretty sure you're older.
Yeah, but I don't act like it, do I?
You did with Dervahl.
Now, don't give me too much credit. Part of me still wants to wait for a quiet moment and wring his neck.
Yeah, but you won't. Because you're a good captain.
Come on, stop. You're gonna make me tear up.
So, after all this, what's next for errand vanguardsman?
Heading back to the claim for a while. I'll get in touch with my clan and we'll lay Ursa to rest properly. Like how she would have wanted. And by that I mean less chit-chat, more drinking.
What do you think the Oseram will do to Dervahl?
First off, they'll argue about it for a long time. But whatever they come up with, it won't be quick. I can live with that. In fact, I might just drop by his cell under the sun ring to remind him what's coming.
Well...
I know. You gotta go. Killers to track, machines to master. All before breakfast. You know what? When we met, I thought I was a big shot talking to a pretty girl hidden away in the middle of nowhere. And now I see that I was just lucky to get a minute of your time. Try not to forget about me while you're out there changing the world.
I'll always have a minute for you. Maybe even two.
Two? Huh. Well, she likes me.
Aloy, to say you have my gratitude feels woefully insufficient. You saved my life. You saved Meridian. And because of you, there will be justice for Ursa's murder. We can mourn her knowing the truth, without painful uncertainty. It's hard to imagine where we'd be without you. And I don't want to try. I hope you will consider staying in Meridian.
Were you and Ursa, you know...
I suppose it's obvious how I feel. How I felt about her. She didn't just give me advice. She gave me strength. But we couldn't be together. Relations between the Karja and Oseram and Meridian were unsteady as it was. The union of the Sun King and an Oseram warrior would have led to open revolt in the city. And probably war with the clans.
Did anyone know?
Only one. Dervahl. He wanted Ursa, but she rejected him. And so jealousy became yet another of his hateful motivations.
What exactly will happen to Derval?
For now, he'll languish in one of the old cells under the Sun Ring here in Meridian. As for what happens after we negotiate his extradition to Mainspring, I don't want to think about it. My father was very creative when it came to inflicting suffering. But some Oseram devices surpass even his imaginings. What a waste. Derval is a brilliant man. I wonder what he would have accomplished if it weren't for my father's cruelty.
I know who attacked the Nora. A faction of Shadow Karja called the Eclipse. They're digging up ancient machines, weapons they...
I see. What you're saying echoes whisper. When will the attack come?
I'm not sure yet.
And we will do what we can to prepare. What? Shall we talk some more?
Why do you want me to stay in Meridian?
Well, I would think that would be obvious.
Not to me.
Huh. Well, to start with, you kept the city from going up in flames. You were strong, shrewd, and capable. I could use someone like you at my side.
It might be worth taking a moment to examine what you just said. You just lost Ursa, a woman who stood at your side and could easily be described as strong, shrewd, and capable. It's pretty clear how you felt about her. And now you're asking me to take her place. Is this a job offer or a proposition?
By the sun, you do indeed share much with Ursa, including a withering eye for foolishness. Please, accept my apologies. Seems I'm getting ahead of myself. I need some time to resolve my feelings. I will be forever grateful to you, Aloy. And in time, I'd like to get to know you better. Shall we leave it at that, then?
I have to go.
I understand.
Okay. So there we go. Aside from all the errands that I created. Into the Frozen West and Ancient Armory. The Grave Horde. Way up here. Let's do this quest, and I'll probably call it there after that. So no hologram data points, but there are a ton of audio data points and some text data points. So text goes up to 15, audio goes up to 20 fucking 7. Oh my god, I'm back here. No. I forgot about this place. This sucks. The Glinthawks are gone. In fact, seems like all the machines are gone. Quiet.
Eclipse.
I'm not showing any focuses at that location. Shouldn't be anything you can't handle on your own. Carry on.
Thanks. On my own, all right.
pretty smooth. Definitely not expecting to get through that quickly. But that's good for me.
The Grave Horde. In the shadow of a metal devil. Great. Scrabbling a bit. They're inside too. That does it. Time to take a look around the room. Operation Enduring Victory. What did that mean? Whatever it was, it doesn't seem to have turned out very well. A battle. Frozen in ice and time.
Titan inbound, same play as Akron. Base defense locks it down. We engage, sever the lens, blast out the fountains.
Another day in the life. Mercantile, we close. MB on point. Hoorah!
Are you getting this, Silence? Silence?
Say again, Lieutenant.
It got through. Titan is through the defenses. Still on approach. Ah, crap. A live one. And he's pissed.
We've got no mobility in here. It'll punch right through us.
We hold the hedge at all costs. Then push back out.
Looks like quite an enduring victory we put our foot in today.
Contact in 30 seconds.
Hey, think that's enough time for Sobek to finish Zero Dawn?
If this is really it, I gotta say, it's been an honor to serve beside these tanks.
Here it comes.
Brace for contact!
Silence, you getting this?
What is it?
All these soldiers. They died here.
People die all the time. I'll keep going and find something interesting.
Alrighty.
probably needed the wash. Must have been where the soldiers slept. Like the lodge in Mother's Heart, I guess.
Log. Third Battle of California Marine. The swarm came in from the Pacific, and I don't know if it was the local Minutemen or the crazy 15th, but they'd set the garbage patch alight. Man, the sea was on fire. That stuff was... The first wave of bots came in covered in burning sludge. It bought us an hour or two of slaughtering them on the beaches before the swarm recalculated. We pulled them inland, back through the Kalmar sprawl. Dropped buildings on them, EMP'd the grid. Standard operating procedure. The last time I was in California, I was 5, 6? The light was like that vintage social net filter that was everywhere in the 40s. Log. First battle of the Eastern Seaboard Wall. Had a long run up to it. This was before Kalmar, and projections were a lot worse for the East. For 3 weeks, we kept getting scrambled out to some coastal burg to train Minutemen. It was always raining on account of Europe already being torched. Block after block of prefab barracks. They were still printing barracks right up until the hour the main force hit. The Minutemen? We ran combat drills with them in the streets where they'd lived, trying to pretend they might live to die somewhere else. Trying to pretend they might live to die somewhere else if they paid attention. Nothing worse than the ones who actually bought into it. Hopeful, pestering us with questions about Zero Dawn like we know something they don't. I swear, the more we do this, the more like the bots we are. Except they learn from every fight. And us? I'm not so sure. Recalls, I've been instructed to remind you of Article 115 of base policy regarding unauthorized use of processor cycles. Specifically 115C. Any holographic simulation not directly related to operational training or efficiency. Consider yourself reminded, and enjoy your gaming.
Thanks for the mails, you. Time goes fast on active duty. 4 months with the wrecking recalls, I don't know, 20 drops. In and out of the West Coast, fighting with these civilian enlistees, scrappy guys and gals. Their training is basically, here's a DEW, when you see a bot, hit it. But somehow it's all coming together. Between us and the 6th MRB, we took down a horse at Lithium Beach. Pulled out before its buddies arrived, but to see a big one go down, I hope it made the news, honey. Showed everyone we're gonna have a shot at turning this around. We just need to give Project Zero Dawn the time it needs, that everything will be the way it used to be. I know it's been days, honey. I'm so sorry. Deployments are getting real long and tougher every time. The swarm's getting better at predicting us. Less of us now, and we have to put in 10 times the work for everyone gone. Like a family business on hard times, only... This isn't my family. It's not with you. I still try to see you. The life we had, in the eyes of the people out there. I remember when they were glad to see us. When they still had hope. It all seems to be slipping away. I don't even recognize the places we're defending. The only thing I know I'm still fighting for is... you. For Zero Dawn to turn this around. Whatever the hell that is.
The furnishings were metal. How'd they ever get comfortable? If it was the metal world, guess they were used to it.
It's a log. Corporal? CPL. I can only think corporal. Corporal Soraya? Or maybe it's just Sarah. Just differently spelled. Looking back, I thought 2064 was shaping up to be a pretty good year. No more drinking, no more mercenary sack work, stripping offshore wind farms for the OEZ, just me and a plasma cutter, 400 feet above sea level. Then I got the recall alert. I read them up on a turbine, and the smell of cooking ozone. They covered every angle. Better payment, amnesty for any Combine wars you fought in, guaranteed citizenship. We should have thought, okay, what's the catch? But what we did think was, guess we're better than the bots after all. Big talk from Kiri's about pride and duty. Smart guy. He was right. I've been proud to be a U.S. soldier. I jumped at the chance to be one again. Look what I landed in.
Just one bed. Maybe their war chief's room.
Last night we got talking about D-Day 2055. I was a kid then, only a few years out of boot camp. General assembling in a drone hangar. Summer and the sky was bare. The heat was killer. They say U.S. human combat forces are being disbanded. All automated now. Or last cycle's tech. Out like the old net. A million more on basic in a century recession. Could be you'll help build the robots that took your jobs. Or if you know how to handle a power suit, you could find a place that still uses manual labor. Maybe in the OEZ or China, where you're not our problem. Low suicide risk. 7-minute discharge file. Nothing here. Not sure.
Red light. Guess that means no power. These wires must run to the power source. Holographic interface. There must be some kind of code. Maybe I should try scanning objects in this area. Oh, that's informative.
Up, down, left, right.
Three power lines, resources. That makes one.
dang.
That's 2. One more.
Hey, y'all wanted to know how I remember the geotherm system reboot? Goes like this. Bird flies north in summer, east in spring, west in fall, and south in winter. Didn't expect to hear nature poetry from the lips of Mike the GT Tech now, did you? As usual, I defy expectations.
Okay, that did it. Sounds like that did it.
What are we looking at data programs? Code Nexus Remover.
Tools being used. Invoices. New clips. Must be another way. I keep reading these power cells. What do they do?
There's one of the towers. Oh god.
Still sniffing around.
She's disappeared.
I'm all right. Answers.
You will perish. Don't lose her.
Alrighty. Looks like all I can go is here.
Thanks for the mails, you. Time goes fast on active duty. 4 months with the wreck and recalls, fighting with these civilian enlistees, scrappy guys and gals. That's all coming together. Between us and the 6th MRB, we took down a horse. I hope it made the news, honey. Showed everyone we're turning this around. We just need to give Project Zero Dawn the time it needs. I know it's been days, honey. I'm so sorry. Deployments, getting real long. We have to put in the work for everyone. Like a family business. I still see you in the eyes of the people out there. They were glad to see us. They still had hope. I'm still fighting for you.
Status report. 9th Mechanized Response Brigade, Commanding Officer Lieutenant Fiona Morrell. Unit morale continues to be adversely impacted by outbound engagements against the Faro plague, especially when said engagements occur in sectors where civilian guard enlistees have been heavily engaged. The scope and nature of fatalities suffered by civilian guard and unarmed civilians in these sectors defy description. And witnessing it is generating a pervasive sense of hopelessness in the unit. Accordingly, I once again request that deployments of the 9th MRB be temporarily refocused on facilities that are mission critical to Project Zero Dawn. And once again, I request an immediate update on the status of Project Zero Dawn's timeline.
Ames, I know I mail you too much. I'm just proud of what you're doing. Everyone back home is. We got moved inland 10 kilometers, just as a precaution, they say. School's still in session, so I get to keep my eye on Andres and Reggie. We never know where or when you're fighting, but when the VTOLs go over, all the kids run out and wave. I believe in you. I know nothing's ever gonna be the same, but I believe in you. I believe in us. Ames, I don't even know if you're alive anymore. The mails I get from you, they say they're from you, but they don't sound... They sound recycled. Phrases put together, and you don't say anything about the news I pass on. The containment zone, the rebreathers, the rioting, One Earth. What happened in the Dallas bubble, Ames, that wasn't the robots. They won't even give me a straight answer when I demand to know if you're still alive. They just say if your messages keep coming, then you're still operational. It's not fair, Ames. It's not fair that you won't be with me when the lights go out. I love you.
That's so sad.
USRC deployment records. December 2065. I lost my mind for a moment. Week 1, confidential. Operation Kickback. Reno, Nevada. Civilian Guard and Armor Battalion skirmished with Vanguard Elements Pacific Northwest Storm PN-12. Engagement began at 600 hours and concluded with a redrawal at 2100 hours the following day. Losses in excess of 40% reported. Operation Thick Skull. Shenandoah Valley SA Tech. Virginia. 12th MRB, supported by civilian guard, fought a rear guard action against the Eastern Seaboard Swarm ES-17. Engagement began at 800 hours. At approximately 1400 hours, 12th MRB reported the position was overrun and received authorization to detonate SA Tech facility, inflicting significant damage on ES-17. Surviving elements of 12 MRB withdrawn to Akron-Cleveland defensive line. Operation Body Blow. Akron, Ohio, 9th and 10th MRBs, supported by sustained aerial strikes, assaulted the Horus-class Titan, resupplying the Eastern Seaboard Swarm ES-18. Engagement began at 400 hours and concluded at 2200 hours with the elimination of the Titan. Note that this is 9th MRB's third Titan kill with minimal losses. Brigade readiness status. The 3rd MRB refused recall orders from Operation Pinch Hit. Deployment along Pensacola, Tallahassee defensive line, court-martial proceedings underway. 7th MRB recalled from New York engagement zone to reinforce Wichita Theater. Ready. 9th MRB refitting at USRC facilities. Ready. 10th MRB transferred from Kalmar. Data corrupted.
What is this?
That? It's a map.
A map of what?
Our world. The planet Earth, Aloy. It's not flat like you thought.
Why would I think that? During eclipses, the shadow cast on the moon is curved. So our world is a globe. And it looks like this, from a distance.
We'll discuss this another time. Back to the matter at hand.
The Faro robots were spreading across the world, eating everything up. Somehow, Elizabeth stopped them before it was too late. But how? Probably going to need it. Forget about traveling light.
Oh.
The eclipse. Tampering with the metal devil. They don't think they can wake it, do they?
Watch out!
Another coalition. And this one can move. They know I'm here now.
What? Whew.
This'll come in handy.
Biosphere degradation. Report, Biosphere degradation, August 2065, confidential. Chief findings. Despite increased tactical proficiency of elite and civilian guard units, and many hard-won engagements in the Central European, Antarctic, and Pacific Reach theaters, the Faro plague's rate of advance has not slowed, nor has its biomass consumption rate. Damage to the biosphere has already exceeded 2038 levels by every measure and grows worse by the day. Extinction timeline projections remain unchanged, with OAC predicted for mid-November of 2065, annihilation of exposed human populations in February of 2066, extinction of macrobiotic land organisms by the end of March 2066, and the extinction of marine life in early 2068. Continued secrecy, Project Zero Dawn. The utter silence regarding its mechanisms of action and completion date make it impossible to predict Zero Dawn's impact or lack of impact on the extinction timeline. Atmospheric collapse. Atmospheric oxygen depletion and toxic emissions remain the greatest environmental threat to Operation Enduring Victory, as well as the wider civilian population and animal life. Operational atmospheric collapse, OAC, is currently predicted for mid-November of 2065, after which military personnel will require rebreathing apparatuses to operate in the open, and civilians will only be able to survive inside sealed structures. The requirements for air scrubbing and recycling in facilities is addressed in Addendum A, linked to this report. Portable water shortages. Major water treatment facilities are already struggling to process water sources comprised by rainfall heavily contaminated by toxins emitted by the consumption of the Eastern Hemisphere. Following the necessary shutdown of all nano-scrubbing functionality, wastewater recycling is already beyond capacity. Military response escalation. Addenda linked to this document cover the short-term effects of scorched earth engagements in defense of the western seaboard and the ongoing effects on the oceanic economic zone's use of nuclear weapons to delay the enemy's initial advance through the Pacific theater. Data corrupted.
Should have brought a cart.
Yay. Secure comm. EVZD.
Dr. Sobek, as projected, the Wichita salient has collapsed. 5 Horus-class Titans have broken through. We predict contact in 34 hours.
Everything is in position, General. It took a few shortcuts to pull everything together, but Zero Dawn is functionally complete. Good to go.
That enduring victory served its purpose after all.
Yes, if we'd had even one day less.
I've sent you an encoded file, Doctor. Please do me the favor of archiving it.
I'll see what I can do. What is it?
A brief statement. An allocution of crimes, I guess you'd call it.
To what are you admitting guilt?
Over the past 16 months, Doctor, I have presided over the greatest wholesale slaughter of military personnel and civilians in the history of history. Genghis Khan, Hitler, Stalin, Sorabella. Add them all together. They don't even come close.
You didn't do the killing, General.
No, not directly. But I didn't wind up the highest-ranked military commander in the United States by resisting the automation of the armed forces. Even before the swarm, Doctor, I was helping death along. So, instead of letting what I've done sink into the murk, forgotten, I've set a file with all the details. Let posterity judge my actions with clear vision.
I'll do as you ask, General. But you should consider that, were it not for your actions, our actions, there wouldn't be any posterity to judge us.
Perhaps. Dr. Sobek?
At ease, General. And goodbye.
Hell of a thing. Thank you, Dr. Sobek. You can take a seat.
What? You're going to thank her after what she just said?
Dr. Sobek has made the situation very clear, General, and given us an option. We should all be thanking her.
Oh, it's just... I mean, my God.
Maybe take this discussion offline.
There's not going to be any discussion. You saw the numbers. Now, Faro, he'll foot the bill, but his money can't buy the time necessary to complete Zero Dawn. That can only be paid for in blood.
Oh, come on. If we upgrade our fleet, crack the code somehow...
Were you not listening? Robots can't do the fighting for you this time. When it comes to hacking, this rogue swarm is an apex predator. Anything automated you throw at it, they will hijack and take over.
But this... we'd be throwing civilians into a meat grinder.
Commanders, the enemy we're facing self-replicates faster than we can kill it. And it eats biomass as fuel. Zero Dawn is all we've got.
So we put a railgun in the hand of every civilian strong enough to carry one, show them where the trigger is, and point them to the front? How the hell do we sell that?
By giving them something to fight for. Zero Dawn. The top-secret super-weapons program that will save us. So long as humanity holds off the swarm long enough for Dr. Sobek and her team to finish it. The file I'm sending contains the war plan for Operation Enduring Victory.
War plan? This is a war crime.
It may be ugly, but it's something. Consider the alternative. Dr. Sobek, I've secured use of a decommissioned orbital launch base outside Bryce, Utah as the Zero Dawn staging area. Plenty of space there. When can you get started?
I've already mailed you a list of alpha and beta candidates. Most are foreign nationals or subjects of corporate holdings, so extracting them...
Leave that to me. You'll get your dream team. Count on it.
Then I'll be off. Orbital launch base. What is that? What did these people do? What did Elizabeth do? Glad to be rid of that place. Now I just need to find the orbital launch base they talked about.
I've checked my data and located the base. That's the good news.
And the bad?
It's directly underneath the Citadel. The palace at Sunfall.
The capital of the Shadow Carja. Not exactly convenient.
The palace is crawling with Eclipse agents. Many in positions of authority, all of them wearing focuses. The moment they see you, Hades will too. He'll issue another kill order, and this time, the entire Shadow Carja military will be after you.
So, disable their focuses. You've done it before.
It's not that simple. Too many focuses in one place, each of them communicating with each other and back to Hades, a whole network of them.
Network? What's that?
Imagine a vast, invisible web stretched across the land from end to end, connecting focuses together, allowing them to communicate over vast distances instantaneously.
All right, so is there some way to cut the web down?
Crash the network. Audacious. Yes, there is a way. A weak point in the network.
Point the way.
I'll send the location data to your focus. Head there, and I'll be in touch when you're close with more directions.
What was Zero Dawn? What sort of super weapon did Elizabeth make? She stopped the machines. Not before the world she knew, her civilization, ended. Let's hope it won't come to that again.
Curse the darkness. What do you want me? Here. Okay. Well, what if instead I went here? There's some wild... Okay. Stranded necklace. That's curious. Hang on. A stranded necklace. Trading with merchants. Ooh. Stranded items are a set of 3 very rare items found across the map. All 3 are part of an Easter egg referencing Kojima Productions' game Death Stranding. Interesting. If all items are found, they can be traded to the Mysterious Boxes merchant in Meridian for a mysterious box. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Also, it seems that even though it's marked as the 3rd one, this is the first one that you can get at this point. I think. Hang on. Yeah, that's called the Womb of the Mountain. So yeah, we've done a lot. I've done a lot more than I thought I did. Damn. Okay. And then those will never go away. Tutorials. That's fine for now. Quiet sprint. I want to go up here, but I feel like... Why do I know that there's a trampler site up there? Like, of all things to know, why the trampler site all the way up there? I want... Because I'm, like, right here, I really want to go up there, but... Like, the main quest hasn't reached this, like, level 30 point. I think I'm going to wait until whatever mission hits level 30. And then once I hit that point, then I'll explore up here. Because my thinking is, like, I don't want to go into the Frozen Wilds DLC and get a lot of, sort of, plot revelations related to the story when I haven't even gotten to that point in, like, the main quest itself. Like, I don't want to end up doing that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I think. Yeah, 3.5 hours. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I'm tired. I am going to... Hang on. Let's game progression 84.47%. I think we have like 3 main missions left. Maybe? I think. Not including the final mission. I think. So, data points. We have them all, I believe. Because that would be... $27, 24, 25, 26, 27, yep. And then... Hologram. Hologram stopped at 9, yep. And this should have stopped at 15. So 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep. So we're all good. We're all good for now. And then first wild stuff. Yeah. Let me fast travel. This is the closest one that I have. I cannot fast travel.
How am I gonna get down from here?
Like
This should be quite the ride. I'd do that again, if it weren't so much work to get back up there.
Awesome. Alright, let's try this again. Fast travel. There we go. And I haven't done this in a while. We're going to manually save. I don't think I've done this in a while.
I
That's
remember
at the
the view from
16th.
Meridian on days
And
such as...
yeah, it is 19th. So yeah. Save again, because why not? Ugh. But I'm tired. Alrighty. So next time, I think we should be done with the main quest line. And then I'm not sure if I want to do all of the tutorials and errands that I have right now, or if I want to do that after the Frozen Wilds. I might do them right now. Well, not right now, but like after completing the main quest minus the final mission. Yeah, I think I'll do that. That way the only thing that I'll have left to do would be whatever the last mission is called, I don't remember, and then into the Frozen Wilds. and then that'll be just like a good start to go, okay, now everything else that from this point on is Frozen Wild related. I think I'll do that. So next time we'll finish up the rest of the main quest. I think there might be 3 or 4 more main quests or something like that. Then we will do all of the errands that I have to get all of the upgrades, as well as all of the shadow armors and weapons, and then the tutorials that are related to all of those. There's so much. Not sure if that's going to be all one video, if I have to split that up into 2 videos. But yeah, at this point, I'm just talking, so I'll end it here. Thank you all for watching, especially if you got this far and stick around, because there's a lot more to come.